I don't know. I know all the other like narratives and stuff about, Rhule and Nebraska have kind of taken over this conversation about Penn State. I just keep coming back to like what why fire that guy right now?
Mm.
Because as Brett brought up, they were leading in overtime against Oregon. They probably would have been the number one team in the country. That was less than 3 weeks ago.
Again, I'll just say two things about that. It doesn't seem like something Pat would do,
Mm-hmm.
and I would not put it past. Uh, I would not put it past James Franklin saying, "You know what?
I'm good.
I'm good. I'm serious."
I guess how does that work? It like to still pay him though? Like, are they just like, all right, cool? Like, you know what I mean? Or if there's
No,
boosters that don't like him, they are willing to write the check. Or
yeah. I
okay,
mean, I'm sure.
okay,
And I mean, you want to. Here's the thing, though. Like all your goals are gone.
yes, yeah, right, right, right.
So I think you start the negotiating process.
Of hey, if this happens, then
Yeah,
you're probably gone at the end of the
I think
year.
you have your
Versus,
lists,
yeah,
and you're negotiating, and
yeah,
you make an announcement. Who know whether it's 2 weeks or 2 months?
mm,
They'll zero in. It's just weird. You were talking about like picking and choosing what we want to listen to, which
mm-hmm.
is what we always do, and how to process it. Did you catch the line? I can't remember. Did he say, Shane, play clips 3 and clips 4 from Coach Rhule? This is after he talked about how much he loved Penn State, and then Nebraska. There's a clip in there I'm looking for after that. Play 3 and 4 for me, please, Shane.
Staff. There's really not many things yet. I mean, what Trev started and Troy has been elite. I mean, Troy's like I said, he's a thought leader. He's a difference maker. And the investment from everybody. The thing I've always said is like we have to be unabashed. We can't always worry about the optics of everything. Like, it's a really hard time in higher education. There's cuts, there's all these different things, but we're athletics here is a separate entity. Like, we're not taking money from the university, and so the schools that invest. Dan Lanning had a great quote. I mean, when Oklahoma State, when they said Oklahoma State, he said we're investing to win, and that's just players, right? And so there's in a world of like 30 and $40 million rosters, which isn't going away. I'd like us to do the same thing. And there's sort of like hey, that's not really the Nebraska way, and I'd like it to be. I'd like to invest. I'd like to be at the front of everything. You know, like weren't we one of the first teams to ever do training table? And weren't we one of the first teams to ever do like academic support? And weren't we one of the first teams to do AstroTurf? At the time field turf. And weren't we one of the first teams to have a jumbo board? But now, like, now we're talking about stadium. And everyone's like, oh, like didn't they build the Memorial Stadium faster than they built the Capitol? Like, we've invested. We have a history here of being at the forefront and investing. And I just don't want to stop that. I just want to be the absolute best at it. And so, but like, just for one thing, just as we move forward, like I said, I'm not going to talk about it very often. I'm certainly not going to talk about it like with anyone other than my wife, but Julie decides where we live. so this has been an unbelievable, her business. She loves it. It's been an unbelievable time in our lives. And I just think I think we can be a perennial top of the country, one of the best teams in the country. Now, I told our team, like, this is just part of winning. Like I tell our players, like, if you're a good player, everyone should be hitting you up to go in the portal. Do you think people are calling Ja'Cory Barney right now and saying, hey, why don't you come here and play for us? Hell yeah, they are. You know what I'm saying? Because you're winning. 2 weeks ago, I walked into the team. He'll get mad at me for saying this, but I told our team 2 weeks ago, I walked into the team meeting before the Michigan State game, and College Game Day was on. It had College Game Day had Husker fans tired of Rhule, wish they had Signetti, fire. So now all of a sudden 2 weeks later, people like me. I just, I love my players and I love the fans and I love all of this. Like, this is a great place, and I just want us to be positive about this place and where we're headed. Like, are we better than where we were? I haven't done it as fast as maybe some other people do, but we've done it better than some other people have in the last 2 years too. We're in a good place, so I just want to keep rolling though, and that's why Troy's so elite.
Man, I really, I'd be stunned. I would be stunned if the phones at 1890 and the donor offices and wherever else were just not ringing off the hook yesterday.
Yeah.
I would be stunned because he basically told you, hey, this is what it takes to compete at a high level, and this is what I want Nebraska to have. And listen, it's kind of funny because this is I've been thinking about this for like a week. is sort of related to Nebraska, but mostly not. Is last week the announcement came out that Stanford got like a $50 million grant or gift from one of their former football players.
From 1964.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like a hedge fund billionaire.
Yeah, who everything's named after.
Yeah, like the head coaching spot's named after him because he pays for the head coach, the whole thing, right? So, but I thought to myself, I go, what does $50 million actually buy you?
We argued over that. This was after the show.
It was, yeah.
We sat here.
It never made it on the air.
Like, are you crazy?
And then, but it's like, it sounds like that barely gets you 1 year of a roster.
Listen.
Right? I mean, 30, 40, like.
I think you're as crazy then for asking a question rhetorically as you were then. I was almost mad that day. I'm like,
why?
What do you mean? What is it?
I mean, it's a good start for sure. But I mean, like, if, like,
it gets you through 2 years.
So here's my question with Stanford, though, versus Nebraska, right? My question is, like, I don't know that Stanford, like, is that guy
gets you through 2 years.
Sure, which is awesome. That helps.
And guess whose money that you're not spending? Your own.
Sure, and that's terrific. But here's my question. At Nebraska, I have faith that they care enough about the program that after 2 years and the $50 million is gone, they've won enough and they'll be like, yes, let's keep giving this money. At Stanford or other places, I go, okay, because this kind of goes to the whole sustainability. We brought this up when they were talking about taking on private equity, not Nebraska, but other people were talking about taking private equity.
Well,
money.
The Big Ten is.
Conference is a little safer than individual
100%.
teams. And
you know the conference is good for it.
Yes, right, yeah. So, like, that's a little different than individual teams.
I'm with you.
Individual teams, I think, are in big trouble if they start taking on private equity.
Why do you think it is that Shane, go back to the clip, his love clip, where he talked about. Go ahead.
I'm looking forward to here.
Well, you only have 9 to choose from.
While you're looking for that, Shane, Rico, we actually kind of put together a video real quick summarizing all of his loves for Nebraska. Can you play that right now, Rico?
Let it rip.
Because I think sometimes people didn't quite hear some of the things that were said.
Now listen, I don't want to buy Rico and Shane sometime.
Mm-hmm.
I just want people to be able to think for themselves. Don't want it be what you want to happen or what you think's going to happen. Just take in the information objectively. Even I have to guard against having a good relationship with him because it's like,
obviously you want him to stay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so you're looking for signs that he's going to stay.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm not asking you guys to do anything
but you're actually acknowledging your own bias too. Where you're like, I understand this is a place where I might have a blind spot.
100%.
Right. Yeah. That's the problem is when you don't acknowledge where your blind spots might be. Like the reason I had so Avery put this together and I think
exactly.
I think
I'm with Les.
He would know.
No, you're kind of making an assumption because he's kind. Maybe he gives us everything he has. How do you know he has excess?
You want me to play the video?
Yeah, if you've got the video, can you put it up?
Don't be in my man's.
He
may be destitute and just gives us what he has.
I've heard he's done very well for himself. That's all I know. I heard it's good to be in the semen business. That's all. Cow insemination. That's what that's what he does. What do you want me to do?
Shane,
his handle is Vogler Semen Center.
Shane, roll the clip. Lance, why do you keep throwing Thamel down my throat? You think Thamel knows more than I do? I don't care what Thamel thinks. Like, what is God,
also, like, real
annoys the hell out of me. Like, why do I care what Thamel thinks? Thamel is to give the national narrative, Lance. Why do I care? Text or call me, just like yesterday we talked. Why should I care?
Also,
God, if you don't want the attention, then don't ask me. But if you ask me, then I'm going to give it to you.
I understand.
Shane, roll the clip.
Yeah, you got
here and wanted to live here. I love it here. To make us Big Ten champions and national champions, this place is elite. I absolutely love it here. We have the best facilities. We have elite fans. I'm really happy here. I think we can be a perennial top of the country, one of the best teams in the country. Now, I love all of this. Like, this is a great place. I'm their coach, and I love them, and we're rolling. I'm the Huskers coach. Like, this is a great job. I love it here. It's awesome. There's no place like Nebraska.
I just think it's funny when you put them all together, right? Because, like, when it's spread out over 30 minutes, right? People are like, oh, well, he didn't say that much about this, and he didn't say that much about that. When you
listen, I don't want to be accused of propaganda.
I'm just saying, when you condense it, though, I do think when you, like, take out some of the fluff and the questions and whatever, Like he did say a lot about Nebraska.
I don't like edited clips.
Okay.
I feel like I'm pulling a Kyle. Let me uncross my arms.
Do you
Say
want
it
me
with
to,
some kindness.
do you want me to leave it on channel 3 or?
I don't like edited clips.
No, that's totally fine. This was for perspective, not to say, hey, this is the full context of what he said, but to, like when I mentioned earlier, how there's some people felt like he talked about Penn State for 10 seconds, and some people felt like he talked about Penn State for 10 minutes. There's some people that felt like, oh, he didn't even say he liked Nebraska. And this was just kind of show like, hey, I mean, I don't know if you've seen our chat. Like people are
so there's 3 people in here that are clearly gassing the fire.
Sure.
Don't even acknowledge them. Like they're in here to incite.
Sure.
Like it's like, huh, let's see if we can get them in an uproar. Like those are people without anything else better to do. Like who does that as a quasi adult?
we don't. They might not be adults. We don't know.
Clearly,
They might not be in school. Although I don't think it's Columbus Day / Indigenous Peoples Day anymore.
Anywho.
Shane, do you have the other clip that
You want me to play the other clip you asked for?
Yeah.
Please. I'm their coach, and I love them, and we're rolling. That's it. Like I'm the most with them. I'm going to be as honest as possible. So, with everything, I'm their coach. Let's rock.
Hot Danger says he's 4 years old. Avery said she put that clip together because people were saying he wasn't saying we.
No,
so she was trying to.
No.
Yeah.
Listen, hear my heart.
Yeah.
I love it in its totality.
Mhm.
I'm playing devil's advocate because people don't like edited clips.
I think it was a fair summation of much of the press conference.
Hey, can you let me do what I do? Like, let me cook.
Cook or crooks? What's that? You got Kyle up there.
That's my dude.
Just win, baby.
Only dude that's checked on me in the last 2 days.
Yeah?
Yeah, he knows the memorial service is coming up.
Yeah.
Saturday. I love him. He's very particular, but I love him.
He seems like a kind man.
And he knows how to pick a meal.
What do you
And
mean?
he was the most indifferent about where to go.
Yeah, he
We sat in this goddamn Uber coming back from CQ Stadium setting up after it took way longer than it should.
Yeah.
It's 1:00. We left at 9:30. And like, hey, where should we eat? And inevitably he's gonna say, I don't care. I don't care. He's
Wyatt
very low maintenance with his food.
Wyatt says don't poke the bear. Headley says let DB cook and leave the leftovers on the counter.
Exactly. I like Headley.
I do too. I enjoy Headley.
Exactly. Do we have any leftovers on the counter? Oh, I ruined some meat on Sunday.
What'd you do?
It's a long story.
What kind was it?
I didn't smoke it right.
What kind was it?
A strip loin.
I bet you were mad about that.
I was heated. I'm not afraid to throw things away.
Yeah. That's all right. You know?
I think I had some eggs go bad.
Actually,
too.
that's not true. You're not afraid to throw things away. You do have an aversion to it.
Yeah, whatever.
Am I wrong? You hate wasting food.
Whatever. Let's. So yeah, I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Okay.
Because what was my whole premise?
Mhm.
We just
listen to the things
we just pick and choose what we want to validate what we think. We can't just pull back and say, I just wish more people would be like, oh, okay, I could see that. Even if it's not definitive, because you really don't know.
Yeah.
You don't. Like, for all that I think I know, I don't know. Now, if you ask me, hey, do I know more than others? I'm certain.
Sure.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
Right? I even had to say, like, hey, man, like, I don't know. And sometimes you just have to say, I don't know. But what I will do is keep processing the information, right? I was talking to one of our buddies last night, and I was like, I don't know. You know, I may be wrong about X, Y, and Z, whatever, but this is what I think. And he's like, oh, well, you know, people are kind of painting you in a different light, like you're in the know. Or not in the know, like I'm saying for sure. I'm like, I didn't even get into it because it's over text.
Yeah.
But he knows me well enough to know, like, I'm never going to paint myself into a corner.
No.
Unless I'm in control.
Because it's not your decision that you're making. You're not going to paint yourself into that
Now,
corner.
if it's me, I'll talk in extremes.
Yeah, because you'll be like, hey, Penn State or DB is not taking the Penn State head coaching job. Like, you can say that definitively.
Yeah.
You can't say Ravi's not taking the head
Yeah.
head coaching job at Penn
Yeah.
State because
And-
you can't control my decisions.
Yeah, and you could tell me till you're blue in the face you're not taking.
Yeah,
the
you could be
job.
like, hey, I love Omaha. My parents live here. I'm never
Yeah.
moving from here. And you'd be like, I don't think he's going. Based on what he likes and what he values, I don't think he's going. But until that decision's made, you can't control what I do.
Yeah.
Right? Can we talk about the Penn State job outside of Rhule for a second? Because I
It's
thought,
fine.
That's how I think you have to talk about it.
because I think
'Cause
Brett
that's
brought
how-
up something interesting.
I think that's how you have to talk about it.
Because, and this,
If you're their AD, you have to talk about it.
this sort of, yeah, you have to talk about what kind of job it is before you even put a list together, right?
Yeah,
Which I'm
you-
sure
you-
he did.
You know what I want to do? This is so childish.
What's that?
He's not going to answer me. I just want to text on and be like, hey, whose call would you pick up 1st,
Mhm.
mine or Pat's? And would you say we're best friends? That's what I want to say.
Because everybody's painting the.
Would that be childish? Well, that's what he said at Big Tip. You guys got to know, like, I don't know, man. Sometimes I have to keep me from myself.
Yeah.
That's why I sit in the closet.
You also like, I don't know, lots of people, I don't know. That part I don't put a lot of value in. I do wonder, like, about the job. Like the Penn State, the job, right?
I think he'd answer.
Give it a go. See what happens.
No, he'd be
He'd be mad at you.
and you know what he'd say.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to prove a point. So he won't let me.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Because then you're trying to back him into a corner. And he didn't like that either.
Nobody puts baby in the corner.
So I look at it and I go, okay.
You said come out of the closet.
I let that one go.
Jeez.
Were you proud of me? I let that one go.
No.
I just sat there
I'm
and I
not
was like, you know what?
Look,
He's
what
doing
I tell you about wanting backpats for things you should be an adult. No, I'm not proud of you for not stooping.
You should be.
Yeah, you've said some things.
I have done more with less.
Yeah. So, like, yeah, I think you have to.
You have to figure out what job it is.
Okay, do you think I'm crazy?
Mhm.
Wait, you do?
No,
I
I
didn't
was,
even finish. I didn't even finish what
I was
you said,
encouraged. I was encouraging you to continue.
It's so Penn State's a hard job, right?
I agree. That's one of the first
Why
things
do
I said.
people keep saying it's like, is Penn State a top 10 job?
I did see. That's why I wanted to bring this up after we talked to Brett because I disagree.
I'm willing to hear the discussion.
It's a top 10 brand. I don't think it's a top 10 job, and those are different things, especially in today's day and age. I think there are a handful of. I think there's a handful of jobs where the brand outweighs the job itself. I think Nebraska was that
Ask
way for a
James
while.
Franklin what it's like to get kids in and out of
If you're
that
not
place on a visit.
if you're not taking a PJ, it's 90 minutes to an airport, right?
I mean, he's like
Is that accurate?
give or take, yeah.
Close, right?
I'm telling you right now,
It's hard-
I'm dreading it because of this last experience.
Oh, yeah.
I can't complain because I'm not supposed to complain.
And some people had a great experience.
He had a better driver.
This is different bus.
If it's top 10,
I'm cringe. I would like to know the logistics to get to Happy Valley right now.
So there's you guys charter though, so you'll be okay because you'll fly right
I just don't
into-
know where.
You don't know where you're staying, so you might be staying outside of that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like where you're staying in Bethesda or, Virginia Beach or wherever you guys were.
if it's top 10, is it lower top 10? Like 9 or 10?
I'll let him finish let you finish your bit.
My point just is like, I don't.
Not a bit.
Yeah, just the point is I think the brand outweighs what the job is. That's been the case at Nebraska in the past. I don't think it is anymore. I think it's the case I brought up Auburn yesterday. I think the brand and the expectations outweigh what the job is. I think that's true of Texas A&M.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Rapid fire.
Mhm.
Don't look.
Okay.
Rapid fire.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
Is Penn State, Shane, you can play along. You guys got to say it in unison. Is Penn State a bigger brand than Georgia?
No.
Bama?
No.
Florida?
No.
Yes. I think Penn State's bigger brand than Florida.
Texas?
No.
USC?
No.
No.
Notre Dame?
No.
Ohio State?
No.
No.
Michigan?
No.
Oregon?
No.
No.
Oklahoma?
No.
I think those are close right now.
LSU?
No.
Texas A&M?
Yes.
It may be 10.
That's brand, though, not job.
I know.
Right?
I just said brands.
Yeah.
And
Right?
you had some consternation.
Yeah. There's a couple that I think are close.
So,
but that's the point, right? Is even so as a brand, I think you're
I'm kind of with. I don't even know how to read this because
Nortac.
I'm kind of with him. I think all but maybe OU. Florida, I don't know, man. You guys keep telling me what a great job Florida is. You can't talk about both sides of your mouth.
I don't think Florida's a great job either. I don't. I think Florida has its issues as a job also.
What about the fertile recruiting ground?
That's fine. Everybody recruits there. And you know where's more fun to live than Gainesville? Miami. Or anywhere else. Like, Gainesville is not a cool place to, like, I think Florida is a more challenging job than people realize.
Let's stay with Josh since Josh is hot. We just called Josh out of the bully, and he's mowing down batters.
We need to find Dan Coyote again. He's about the only guy that throws that high of a percentage.
I don't know. That's interesting. I think Justin's got there's a couple of guys that are at a high percentage.
Yeah. Dank goes hard, though.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, like he's pretty good.
Those guys are committed.
Yeah.
Miami.
I think Miami is a bigger brand than Penn State when they're good.
I would say no.
I would agree with you, Ravi.
I think that Miami's a huge brand.
It's a monster.
Miami's a national
I don't know
brand.
what happened to my TikTok.
Yeah.
But it has like 2,000 different Miami entrances.
Really?
Yeah, it's like
when Miami's cool, they're way up there. Now I don't know if they can win a national championship because I don't trust Mario Cristobal. But like when they're cool,
you keep saying that, and all that dude does is continue to crank out wins.
All that dude does is twice a year blow a game that they had in the bag.
You know, so here's the thing. Do you think coaches are encouraged after what O'Brien and Franklin did?
I think after O'Brien, yes. I think that's why Franklin took the job.
They got rid of – now they changed leadership.
Yep. Here's the problem now, though, is the situation that O'Brien and Franklin inherited was very different because they're coming out of the depths of hell, basically. And honestly, not a dissimilar situation to what Rhule took over at Baylor in terms of like the
nobody even talks about Baylor.
Yeah, and they just forget about it. They're like, oh, look, he turned it around. It's like, yeah, that was.
And you could make the case Baylor was more difficult
because I think it was.
It didn't have the pedigree.
Yes, 100%. It had. You were expected to be bad at Baylor. They just had a nice little run. Penn State, I think now runs into the problem of you don't get credit for what O'Brien and Franklin did if you're looking at as a coach. You look at it and you go, they just fired a guy who was in the national semifinal last year.
Do you know what Nebraska's had to do, or Missouri, or some of these schools that have found a way to compete in the top 25 recruiting that you ordinarily wouldn't think? They have to convince recruits. It's not even so much about winning as much as it's okay if you live here.
Yeah.
We grossly undersell that.
100%. That's every time.
When you want to recruit on a national level,
you have
to convince people that this is an okay place to be when you're not playing football.
And you know why that makes Miami a better job than Florida?
I'm just saying I think we forget. I don't want to nitpick. I just want to keep it general.
I think you're right.
So when it keeps people more objective because the more finite you get, unless you're asked for an example, the more finite you get, the more people want to wiggle. Right?
They'll be like, well, what about this?
So I want to talk
broad strokes.
Broad strokes, so people have to think outside of their already preconceived notions. That's how I like to have conversations.
Okay. Yeah, so I think when you're looking at the national recruiting base, which is, I think, more and more common now, especially with the NIL money and everything, how many times – I mean, this is maybe the one thing every Nebraska coach has agreed on since the turn of the century, and that's we just have to get kids to Lincoln so they know what it is, right? We've heard every coach say that, and they're right. Once you get a kid to Lincoln, if they're not from the Midwest and they don't know, like, oh, it's a real city, once you get them there, you're like, oh, man, this place is pretty cool. There's lots of places to go. There's lots of things to do. There's real people here. This isn't a farm. Like, the problem is if you're Penn State and Happy Valley and State College or whatever, once they get to campus, does that actually change anybody's mind? Because you might think Pennsylvania is one thing. State College is not what you think of when you think of Philly and Pittsburgh.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
If Nebraska was winning more, Do you think the whole airport, the drive, make sure you pick them up in Omaha to Lincoln would have been such a narrative for so long?
No, not at all.
They just would have put up with it.
Yeah, because you're like, hey, you.
And an NIL era where it's hard to keep depth.
Mhm.
You don't think there's anything other than winning that matters?
I don't think it's the only thing that matters. I think the Omaha versus
I hate
Lincoln
to ask
thing
that leading, but
matters less because if you're winning and Nebraska's, let's say Coach Rhule gets his wish and he's getting his $30-40 million roster, right?
yeah.
And let's say Nebraska wins 9 games this year. We're operating in optimal conditions. 9 wins, going in the right direction. You got your $30-40 million roster. At that point, I don't think it matters what airport you pick them up at. I'm not sure it matters what airport you picked them up at anyway, but I think people care less in terms of internally some of those details. Honestly, the airport thing for a long time to me felt like a majoring in the minors.
Oh, okay. Because I
thought, I don't know.
no pun intended, but I'm going to land the plane since some think it's a lot of mental gymnastics. I'm addressing all the things that Coach Rhule was trying to combat when he got here to set the job up for what it is before they won.
Yeah.
And I said, well, hey, if they ever win, he could turn into a monster because he's alleviated all the other.
Yeah, he moved all the other obstacles out of the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then pit that against jobs that you think he would take, alum included.
Yeah.
Like then you have to get into his personality,
what he wants, and
right? So it's not really mental gymnastics, Lance. It's comparing apples to apples so you can have intelligent discussions and not just be able to say, well, I think. Because then you get to say, well, why do you think that? And then you get to go. Like too often we get away with either because I said so or that's just what I think. Well, sometimes you shouldn't believe everything you think. I'm just saying that. So
there are things that crop into my head that I think that I'm like, you shouldn't think that. Stop it.
Yeah.
And then I stop.
Yeah.
Or I try to. Like that happens a lot. That's a real thing.
And if you think these aren't like real conversations, they just are. It's a lot better than just he's an alum, they're friends. This is what's going to happen.
Yeah, I think that's
not the case.
I also think it's incredibly lazy because what did we think happened when
there's just more depth to him than that.
Yeah,
especially at this stage in his life. It's critical.
It sort of reminds me of this time. Well, it wasn't this time last year, but last year when Ted Carter's gone and Trev Alberts leaves, and we sit here and we go, "Oh, those are the 2 reasons he's here. Are we afraid of him leaving now?" And it's like, well, there's more depth to why he's here, what he's doing here. Yes, that may have been the reason that he got here in the first place, but that doesn't mean, to me, that's about as loose of a connection as, yes, I get that he loves Penn State. I get that he's an alum. I'm sure he appreciates that place a lot. That doesn't mean those things do not add up to he's definitely taking that job. To me, just like Ted Carter and Trev Alberts leaving didn't add up to me that he's leaving Nebraska now. Oh, my 2 friends are gone. I'm leaving now. That's, to me, those, we're adding things up and we're saying it equals this, and we skipped a lot of variables in the equation. We're trying to make it simple addition and subtraction, and it's complex algebra, and we're skipping the variables.